think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but he's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Mayweather was definitely better. He was better when they fought because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
and Floyd Mayweather understands that. Guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights, and he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford.
Joe Rogan shared his thoughts on a fantasy showdown between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, hailing Mayweather as one of boxing's most dominant figures. Though he praised Crawford's elite skill set, Rogan emphasized that Floyd's defensive mastery and unparalleled ring intelligence would make him an almost unbeatable challenge, even in a matchup of this caliber.
In his prime. That would have been fucking incredible to see which style's superior. Because Floyd would move towards you like this, he would just get right up on you. It would just show you how good Floyd really is. Because the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the...
Analysts recognized Floyd Mayweather's Hall of Fame legacy and extraordinary achievements, while also celebrating Terence Crawford as the current pound-for-pound king. Both fighters dismantled Canelo Alvarez, but under vastly different circumstances. In the end, they argued, the comparison can't truly be settled. H-Man stands as the pinnacle of boxing greatness in his own era.
Crawford won, in my opinion, 10 rounds to 2. If you want to be, generous, 9 rounds to 3. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Clearly. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands. Styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford. And he stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And he believed it. He put his money where his mouth is. And it held to be true. Period. So, again, and I hate to do this and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people try their best to try to pit Terence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez better? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The facts remains is this. They both outclassed him. They both won in dominant fashion. And styles make fights. Right? And the style that Terence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different, is too much for Canelo Alvarez. Period. Point blank and period.
Bob Arum weighed in on a fantasy matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, confidently predicting that Crawford would prevail him against Mayweather in his prime. Arum highlighted Crawford's unique mix of adaptability, speed, and ring IQ, calling him a once-in-a-generation talent. He stressed that Crawford's ability to adjust to any style would ultimately tip the scales in his favor, even against a defensive master like Mayweather.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has, the switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Trainer Greg Hackett explained why Canelo Alvarez admitted Terence Crawford's win over him meant more than Floyd Mayweather's. He noted that when Mayweather fought Canelo, the Mexican standout was still young and developing at the top level. By contrast, Crawford defeated a fully matured, battle-tested champion. For Hackett, that's why Canelo considers Crawford's victory more significant. Came against the stronger, seasoned version of himself.
Crawford, they were all the question marks. Could he do that? Could he cope with the power of Canelo Alvarez, who's adapted now and had to adjust in his career? He now throws single shots. And that's why it was the calculated gamble. Well, it wasn't really a gamble because me and Simon called it from the beginning.
Right.
That we go, Mayweather ticks every department. You go, the only thing that people are hedging their bets on is that Canelo's the bigger guy, but he wasn't really anyway.
Nah.
You can see because Crawford come down from 185 anyway. You can see the physicality's in there. He was all the size of Canelo.
As we'd said long before this fight, I just think styles make fights. And Canelo's style, this style of Canelo, was suited for Crawford.
Indeed.
He He can't throw combinations anymore. There's no more head movement from Canelo.
Yeah.
He tries to walk people down and hit you all over the body and all over the head if he can, but he can't put his combination. He can't sustain the combinations. And what really impressed me about Crawford was the fact that it was a question of like he didn't want to trade off early with Canelo. He traded late with Canelo because he couldn't take his power early. So in the early rounds, he was just pity patting and just tapping him, kept spinning him, kept turning him, and driving him mad. And then in the later rounds, as Canelo started to fade, from round 7, round 8, as the pace got a little bit slower, then Crawford's confidence, he was confident enough within himself to stand and trade with him. And even when he got on his side, he was hitting him with like 3s and 4s, hard shots, constant shots, and just kept spinning him, kept turning him. And Canelo didn't really know where he was. And another great thing about Crawford, stayed southpaw throughout the whole fight, and Canelo admitted after that he couldn't handle a southpaw.
Couldn't work it out whatsoever.
Adam, we had Paulie Malignaggi on the show the other day with myself and Jim, and I want you to listen to what he had to say and see what you think of it.
I think Canelo has been for a while a diminishing fighter.
Commentators Simon Jordan, Adam Smith, and Duke McKenzie reflected on the lead-up to Floyd Mayweather's clash with an undefeated, bigger Canelo Alvarez. At 36, critics thought Floyd had bitten off more than he could chew and that Canelo's youth and power might finally end his reign. Instead, Mayweather shattered those doubts, showcasing his trademark defense and elite ring IQ to shut down Canelo's offense and deliver a masterclass performance.
He did everything, man. He's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I was surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's been really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather, but who did you think was better out of Canelo and Mayweather?
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas Canelo had more power and placed the shots probably better. No, he didn't place the shots better. He was just younger and places the shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well.
Shane Mosley, who shared the ring with both Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez, offered a unique insider's perspective. He emphasized that Mayweather's timing, ring IQ, and unmatched control of a fight set him apart from everyone else. While acknowledging Canelo's power and skill, Mosley noted that Floyd's adaptability and precision enabled him to nullify even bigger, stronger opponents. From first-hand experience, Mosley concluded that Mayweather was the more complete and dominant fighter.
Very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, it's, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had. Crawford, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really etched himself into the Mount Rushmore conversations.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the GOATs.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.